Well, hi. Welcome back to Glitter 50. I know it's been a while. So, my brother and sister-in-law came from Connecticut. Okay, come here, little one. And something else happened. Hold on. Meet Leia. There you go. Lay down. So, we just lost our dog. Hold on. If you hear her in the background, I'm sorry. So we just lost our dog in April, our dog Juice. And we weren't looking, we weren't ready. We thought, okay, if we get another dog, I'm going to put on my base and then we'll go from there. I'm going to use the Sigma Ignite. So we had said we're going to wait a while. You know, we were perfectly happy with the two that we had. We weren't going to go looking. And we didn't. We did not go looking for her. She came to us. I'm going to use my Sigma E72, which will help blend this out. It needs to warm up a little bit. So we don't know the full background of her. So we named her Leia. So if I refer to her as Leia, that's why, because we have a Grogu, which is a Star Wars based name. And so we decided to keep with that theme and name her Leia for Princess Leia because she is a little princess. She came to us with a different name, but we did not want to keep that name. We wanted her to leave the old life behind, leave the old name behind. So we decided that we were going to rename her. So what we do know about her is that she came from a rescue. Apparently the rescue found her, got her somehow. And she was not treated nicely. She was completely black. And if you could tell by her coloring, she is not black. She's what they call either a lavender or a lilac. I know sometimes they call them a blue. So either way, I'm going to be using my Avatar Last Airbender and Lethal Cosmetics Fire palette. This is the one I'm using today. Anyway, so she went to the rescue, and my sister-in-law that lives here in Puyallup, her coworker actually got her from, I'm using Imperial City on the front half of my eye. Anyway, so a coworker of my sister-in-law out here, she got her from a rescue. When the rescue gave her a bath, she went from a black puppy to the lavender gray that you see, or lavender blue, whatever you want to call it, color she is now. And so the coworker got her, I'm going to go into the orangey color. And I'm using this brush is a Sigma dual brush, and I don't remember where I got it from. This side that I was just using is the E38, and this one is the E54. That's what I'm using for the reddish orange color. So anyway, the coworker got her from the rescue, and she has a pit bull at her house, and they thought that was going to be a good fit. It was not. Oh, that's very bright. That's very, very bright. I'm going to go back in to that other color and I'm going to diffuse this, especially on the outer corner a little bit more. So the pit bull and the Frenchie did not mix well. So she asked my sister-in-law, who has a miniature Cocker Spaniel, hey, would you like a Frenchie? And my sister-in-law had met Grogu and loved him and thought, yes, of course, I'll take her. So brought her home and their dog said, nope, 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 nope. There was nothing. And so she's like, well, I need to get out of the house and take a break. So she brought her over to our house with my mother-in-law, who came back after my brother and sister-in-law from Connecticut left. And her name at that point was Lola. And Lola came in and my dogs fell in love with her. Like, they were running around in the backyard, they were playing, they were having a good time. And my sister-in-law left and was like, I really feel like your house is the house that she needs to be in because she is well received and your dogs love her and she just fits. So we got a new dog. We weren't looking. We really weren't. We weren't going to get one. However, she fits in our group and she's our family now. She had to. I have to keep checking on her because I don't know if you know Frenchies, but they're like little goats. They'll eat anything. I'm just going to take a little bit of gel on. This is a old Wet n Wild and it doesn't even have a name, or it has barely the Wet n Wild on it. So I couldn't tell you what the number on this brush was, but I just use it to do the liner, like right here. It's just a flat brush. So anyway, this is our life now. We have 2 French bulldogs. Oh, her age is about a year old, is what I was told. I'm going to use the gold. It's calling to me. Look at that. I've used this quite a bit, actually. This kind of color combination recently, but I've used all different palettes, so it's not like I'm doing the same exact palette. It's just a lot of my palettes have these colors in them, and I'm just now realizing it. They're all different formulas, so it makes it a little bit different, but I can do this look with several, or something really similar to this look with several different palettes. Excuse me. So yeah, Lola came over to visit and Leia ended up staying. We'll put it that way because, I mean, I couldn't tell her no. I'm going to go in with this just in the center just to give it a little bit more. Yeah, I like that a lot. So we're just going to tap that down the center, give it a little bit more ofta. There we go. So, Leia is now part of the family. She has a doctor's appointment on Wednesday to make sure everything is good with her. I'll be right back. Okay, so I put my base on. I had done my skincare, which I had used the Good Molecules hyaluronic acid serum. And then I just started using the Tier Ceramic Cream Light. I got this in the big advent calendar, and I'm all out of my Peach and Lily. That was an empty of mine. So I went ahead and opened this up, and I've barely, looks like I've used a lot, but there was an air bubble in there. I've barely used any of this. So I think I've used it for 2 days. And then I put on my Pretty Fresh primer. Now I'm going in with, I think I'll use the Dewdrop today. I haven't used that in a while. I used up my L'Oreal, just trying to go through and use up all the things that I have not been using. And this is my Fenty Dewdrop. Just gonna use a little bit. I store it like this. So, yeah. And I just wipe it down, pressing it into my face. You know, do the foundation thing. So when my brother and sister-in-law from Connecticut were here, we had the best visit. They arrived the morning of the very last day that I was at work. So I went to work, worked a half day, came home, and they were here. And then as they got up, my daughters, Alora and Malia, sorry, I probably shouldn't use their right name, but my girls showed up, two of the three. My adopted daughter lives in Idaho, and she couldn't make it for that visit. We just didn't have enough room, and they had things going on. If you hear snoring, French bulldogs do that. They snore. So anyway, taking my sponge and just going over everything. While they were here, it was also my brother-in-law. It was his birthday. My husband, his birthday was around the first week of June, and then my brother-in-law, his birthday is around the middle of June. So anyway, I'm just going to blend this a little because it looks like it's just sitting there, and I want it to be a little bit more diffused. Anyway, so we went to this thing called Paranormal Circus by Cirque du Soleil, which is kind of a spin on a lot of, what's the word I'm trying to use? Scary movies. It's a scary type thing. But it wasn't really all that scary. I'm going to be using my Sigma. I'm trying really hard to get down in there. I did wash my brush. You can't tell because I've used it since then. But anyway, we went to the Paranormal Circus, and that was pretty fun. Had a great time. And then we had an electronic concert to go to. My brother and sister-in-law brought us to a rave. Okay, I am 55 years old, and I had never been to a rave. And so I was nervous. I didn't know quite what to expect. However, I had the best time. It was so awesome. It was so spectacular. It was so nice. Like, everyone was so happy and so nice. And the whole culture is peace, love, unity, respect. And I loved it. I had the best time, and I want to go back again. I know that's just crazy, but I do. I think it was just so much fun. Um, we dressed up. At the paranormal circus, I bought myself these, they look like Aries horns, which I'm an Aries. And they light up and twinkle with either fast or slow, or just light up with multiple colors. They're like a clear white. Oh, it was just so much fun. We had the best time, and I'm very, very thankful because we weren't going to go. I had told my brother that it just wasn't our scene and that we probably wouldn't be able to afford to go. So he took us to see it. And I'm ever so thankful that that's something that we got to do that was just not in our plan to, like, it wasn't really on my bucket list, but I crossed it off my bucket list because I did it, and now I want to do more. Um, so the other thing that's really exciting that's happening tonight uh, is my school district does things in the summertime for kids. They have things for them to do. And my school district found out that I do face painting. So they hired my husband and myself to do some gigs this summer. And we are going to start tonight. We are going to go across the street. Our gig is across the street at the school across from our house. And we are going to go oh wait, yes, I need to spray my face first. We're going to go for an hour and a half, and I'm going to paint faces. Sorry, I didn't want to eat that. I'm going to paint faces, and my husband is going to make balloons for some kids, some middle school age kids. So that'll be fun. That'll be so much fun. So I'm going to head out here in a little bit. I have to go get some milk and do some errands. And I just felt like getting pretty to do what I need to do. And then, yeah, we'll go have some fun tonight. And it'll be great. So that is the beginning of my summer. My daughter and granddaughters from Idaho show up this coming up weekend. Kind of hoping they'll show up early because I'd like to be able to take them to the paranormal circus. I think they would love that. But they're going to show up for camping for the 4th of July. So there's that. Oh, let me take this down. I'm sorry that I have been absent. I have not meant to be absent, but I also have had a very busy life for the past week and a half. So I'm sorry that I was not here. My hair is still wet from my shower, but I'm just going to leave it down for today. I need to get a haircut. And I will, at some point, get a haircut. But thank you. Oh, lips. What was I thinking? I'm going to do BFF2 and thinking. I think I'm going to use a Glam Light. This was from a mystery box that I got, and I cannot read the bottom. It's very small print. And I always forget to do my lips. You should hear the little precious little snores that I'm getting. So this is part of a set, and it's supposed to be a liquid lip, I believe. It just says Glam Light on it, and it has, I can't even tell you which way the word is supposed to be. And I'm not sure if this is a lip gloss or a liquid lip. There we go. I think that goes really well. That worked out really good. Nice and neutral. Let's pick out a perfume. I was about to do all my little ending things, but I want to smell really pretty today. And this is one of my new gifts to myself for my birthday. This is by DKNY, and it is called Be Delicious. And it does have green apple smell to it. Oh, it smells so good. I used to wear this a lot, and then I stopped wearing it for years. And then when I went on my birthday trip, I found a perfume store, and I was like, maybe I'll just spoil myself. And I did. I got myself this. And it smells like a Jolly Rancher green apple, sort of, but more sophisticated. It smells so good. Alrighty. So this is my look today. It goes with my dress. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, who's better than you? Nobody. Have a great day.